Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is
Karen.
my mom, and today we will be making taco rings. Stay tuned for the end results. And this is Roxy. She wanted an introduction as well. So say hello. Okay. So today you will be needing Parmesan cheese, as well as mozzarella cheese, chopped up broccoli pieces, as well as chopped up potato pieces, cabbage chopped, as well as any meat of your choosing, and fresh peppers. Next, you will need croissant rolls, any brand of your choosing, whether it's original, butter, flaky, whatever it may be. Next, you will need a medium to large saucepan. Make sure you put just enough oil in it so that the ingredients can fry lightly. You will need to have had all of your seasonings out and ready that you were going to use to make this dish. Now you're going to put all of the meat and the chopped up peppers into the pan and let it cook lightly in the oil. While you're doing so, you'll take up any seasonings that you have laid out to use. We used black pepper, a little bit of garlic seasoning. In our household, we like pepper, so our favorite pepper to use is scotch bonnet pepper. And you sprinkle just a little because it's very intense. You stir your items in the pot. Next, you will insert your cabbage. The reason you insert your cabbage last is because cabbage, you don't want it to be too soft, but you don't want it to be too firm either. Mix it all together. Make sure you get your seasonings in there. Make sure you taste it to see what's left out. And we left out the salt, so we sprinkled a little salt in there. Mix it all together and taste it to see if it's to your liking. My mom said, it's good. So then she sprinkled just a tad more salt. And when done, you scrape all of your ingredients into a small bowl. It is now prepped and ready for the next step. Now we will be taking the broccoli and the potatoes, and we will be making another filling for our second taco ring. Now notice we did not clean the pot from the previous filling because we like for the seasonings and juices to be incorporated in our next filling that we will be making in the same pot. So now you take your finely chopped peppers, onions, and broccoli, and you put it into your pot and you saute it for a little while. And while it is sauteing, this is the time where you insert all of your seasonings that you wanted to incorporate. And in this particular filling, we wanted to do an Indian style samosa flavor. So we are sprinkling the Indian seasoning that we bought from the store in there, and we're mixing it all through. We love Indian in this house, so this ought to be very good. And remember, you use whatever seasoning you want to use, whatever you have a taste for, or whatever you think of coming up with. It doesn't necessarily have to be the same seasonings that we are using in this dish today. Now you will be taking your potatoes and inserting them into the pot with the rest of your ingredients. Make sure you mix everything in thoroughly so that the seasoning gets to all of the ingredients. Shake it around a bit and make sure you taste your food again to make sure it's to your liking, and if it's not to your liking, add whatever seasoning you think that you may need. And once you have added whatever seasoning you think is left to finish the taste of your dish, you then mix everything together as well. And once you've done all of that, let it saute on the stove for a little bit longer. You don't want it to be too overcooked, so make sure you watch the level that you keep the heat on. After everything is done, you will now insert this second filling into a bowl. It is now ready and prepped for our next step. Now that we have all our fillings, it is time to start the next step. You will get your crescent rolls and you will follow the dotted line patterns that they have for where you tear the dough apart. You will place it strategically in the triangles in a ring. Our dough was a little sticky. We left it out a little too long, so it was harder to make the ring. We did our best. I know y'all are probably looking at this like, what in the world is that? But trust me, it'll all come together. So now you take your filling and you spread it out evenly around the whole layout of your croissant. Once you have evenly distributed all of your contents for your taco ring, you begin to fold the pieces over so that they overlap. And notice, it's supposed to be a ring, but this one sort of turned out to be a U. Still the same effect, still the same prep. We just didn't connect the ends to make it a ring. Once you're done folding all the ends together so that they connect, you may set your first taco ring to the side. Now for your second taco ring, you follow the same instructions as the first time, and you go through with all of the steps. As you can see, our dough this time around is a little more firmer and a little more solid than it was the first go round. So this made for a better prep for the taco ring. As you guys can see, the second one is a go. We officially have a taco ring. Now our last step is to crack an egg. Put a little milk in there. No more than a tablespoon. And you whisk it together. And what you are doing here is you are prepping to baste the taco rings. And what you will need to baste the taco rings is a brush and this beaten egg with milk. Once you've gotten those two things, you dip the brush in the egg and you spread it all around the taco ring until it is fully covered. Whatever excess mess that you have made, you will clean up after you are done basting. You will put that in the oven and you will now prepare to baste your next taco ring. Same way. And when you're done basting this one as well, you will also stick it in the oven. Bake at 325 for about 15 to 20 minutes because we are using a convection bake oven. Ooh, these things are looking good. Don't they look so delicious, y'all? And there you have it, our finished product. 2 different style taco rings.